welcome back. And our Greenville Zoo has always done a good job with inviting people in, focusing on families and learning, but now they have an even greater outreach. And what they're doing, I think, is very exciting. And it can be for all ages. So I want to introduce 3 people from our Greenville Zoo, and we also have another special guest who has gone to sleep.
Yes.
But Lynn Watkins is here, and she is the education curator.
Correct.
Right. And then we have Mandy Watson, and she is holding.
This is Obi, yes.
Obi, and Obi just loves to sleep under these nice warm lights, I think.
Yes, he
and
does.
You're all involved in the educational outreach. So we have Mandy Watson, Lynn Watkins, and Jennifer Kinch. And Jennifer you love what you do, obviously. You were telling me about it.
I'm very blessed to do what I do. I think there is no better job. It's never a dull day in the zoo, and it's definitely a wild place to work.
And obviously you all love nature and animals. And you have you already received this national award? Or
Yes, that's through distance learning or our video conferencing that we do. We reach beyond South Carolina into other states, up into Canada, and that's programs, our local programs that we provide to our school groups here. We also are able to deliver that through video conferencing to other schools, and it supports their life science curriculum. Now, the award is called the Pinnacle Award, and it's through the CILC, which is the Center for Interactive and Learning Collaboration, and they award that based on surveys that were taken. And so we were
congratulations.
blessed enough to
It's
receive
very
it.
exciting. And tell me about this little creature that is obviously so contented on television.
This is
look at that
Obi.
little face.
Obi is a kinkajou. He is a small mammal that comes from South America, and he's actually nocturnal. So normally he would be sleeping right now. So that's why he's very comfortable going to sleep right now as well. But they're also known as honey bears. They actually love honey. They love a lot of very sweet things. And then they also like to eat bugs and
So they eat
fruits
bugs and honey and fruit. He likes fruits and vegetables.
Yes,
How
ma'am,
much
he
does
does.
he weigh?
He weighs about 5 pounds. They can about 2 to 7 pounds is kind of their range. He's about full grown, so he is almost 5 years old. He'll be 5 in November.
Now, would he be used in some of these educational programs with the children?
Yes, ma'am, he would. He is still kind of new to this whole process. So, like I said, he's only 5. He's still kind of young. They can live to be about 20 to 23 years old. But he is an animal that we do use in our education department. Like I said, right now he's still getting used to everything, so that's why he kind of likes to curl up and go to sleep a little bit. But you actually might see him shaking a little bit. That's just kind of a sensory thing, kind of like a lot of people compare them to chihuahuas, how they see everything and get excited and kind of shake. He does that as well, so a lot of people think that, he's terrified, but it's just kind of what he does when there's a lot of new smells and sights and things like that. So it's kind of his way of coping.
Well, he obviously finds television very soothing.
Yes, I know. He keeps going to sleep. So.
Okay, now tell me, what are some of the programs that are new that you're really excited about it?
Okay. Well, we are launching a new program this fall, starting in September, called Backyard Biology. We already have some really awesome programs for our little ones in early childhood development called Zoo Tots and Saturday Safari, but Backyard Biology, we are targeting 9 to 13-year-olds. When a child turns 14, they're able to volunteer with our education department, and we really wanted to give something for the students that didn't have anything yet. So this is that nook. This is their opportunity to get involved with the community in their own backyard. So these 90-minute programs are different every month, and they focus on a different conservation issue here in Greenville. One of them is water conservation, and they'll actually each month be doing a project in the classroom to display out in the zoo. So for water conservation, they're going to be developing their own rain barrels to put throughout the zoo.
So you're actually working with the schools.
Well, these are Saturday programs, and parents can sign up their young biologist for these programs. You can go onto our website at greenvillezoo.com. to find out how to register online for that. And they have the class project that they display out in the zoo, as well as some information they could take home to their own backyard, how to conserve water, how to reduce, reuse, and recycle the materials we have here in Greenville to protect our upstate.
So you haven't done anything like this before.
This is really new to us, and we're very excited. So.
And are you kind of the one that's
well,
in charge of this?
We each have our own little nook here in the education department. This is what I have designed. Lynn has done her own programs, and Mandy has done hers. So I have designed these, but without the team, it would never have made it. So.
All right. Now, Mandy, tell me, what are you doing? What is your outreach?
I do a lot of, like Jenny said earlier, a lot of the younger kids. I teach the Zoo Tots programs, which is for 2- and 3-year-olds.
2- and 3-year-olds.
Yes, ma'am. It's for 2- and 3-year-olds. The parents can come with them, and they're 45-minute programs, but they do a lot of, we do a lot of kind of sensory things. We have a lot of activities that the kids can play with in the classrooms. We bring animals into the classrooms for the kids to see and touch, and we do crafts and snack and a lot of things that we pack into kind of that 45-minute time frame. And then from there, we have Saturday Safari, which is for ages 4 to 8. And
Safari.
And that's for the older kids. Again, it's a lot of activities in the classroom, and then we venture out into the zoo and meet a lot of the keepers. We get to see a lot of the animals out there as well.
But this is all done within the confines of the zoo proper.
It is. We are very lucky to have the zoo be in the middle of Cleveland Park, and we've actually started to kind of use that park as well, especially for Jenny's classes. The kids kind of get to go out, especially in the trails a little more. They get to really experience nature there, and it's still in a nice, safe setting. So we've been very lucky that we've been able to branch out a lot from the zoo as well.
Now tell me about you. What is your...
Well, earlier on, I developed the homeschool programming. So, not to leave out the school groups.
That's wonderful.
That type of school grouping. So families can sign up their homeschool child to participate in programs that are also 90 minutes in length, and they are on select Mondays and Tuesdays each month from September through March, and they have pre-activity and post-activities that is within the confines of the zoo. Now,
so they would come like after school then?
They would actually, homeschool students are taught.
Okay, so they can choose. Yeah.
Yes, and then as far as the school groups go, we have, during the school year, we can go visit the school. They can come to us, or they can do if
so
they have
you're
the video
flexible
conferencing.
with what you're doing with these programs to try to benefit all the children.
Absolutely, we're trying to cover every area to reach out to these children.
Now they parents have to sign up.
For
or
our
you have
programs,
to, obviously you have to know ahead of time if you're going to have 20 kids or 40.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, we do have a level that our classes can hold. So you do we ask that you sign up. Again, you can do that online at greenvillezoo.com. Now, during the school year, if we have schools come to us, we have the ability to teach up to 10 classes a day for field trips, and then we also have the ability to go to a different school every day with animals like Obi to visit your classroom, and those also we ask that they pre-register for those, but they are a lot of fun, and the kids love it, and it's really rewarding, and all of our programs for schools meet state standards. So that's also exciting.
Now he's waking up.
I
He has
know.
an adorable
I heard
face.
my name.
And his, look, it's almost like he has a hand. I don't know if he,
They are. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh, that's mine.
I know. He does. He has little claws that
and
actually
he's
help
from
him to climb
South
up
America?
trees. Yes, ma'am. And they live mostly in the trees. He actually has a prehensile tail, so it's kind of like a monkey's tail. It can hold onto branches, and he can actually hang
So
from
he
his
can
tail.
like swing from branch to branch?
He could. They don't really swing much, but if he were to happen to fall out of the tree, he could use the tail to kind of catch himself. So.
And along with Obi, the other animals that we might use in our programs to support whatever the program is describing, we would use snakes, hissing cockroaches,
Now,
birds.
I'll miss the snake. But you have to be sure, in other words, these are harmless. You bring children into that environment, you have to know that there's no danger.
Absolutely. And then we have rules whenever they...
Tell me about your snake program.
Well, when we do bring snakes into the program, it could be for any of the topics that we've discussed now. When we bring it, we introduce the students to the snake or any of the animals, and then we allow them to touch for the most part, but a lot of times the rules are just touching with the back of their hand, and just in a controlled setting.
But it's all very supervised.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
And safe.
Absolutely, yes.
In all of our programs as well, we do try to teach the children that yes, some of these animals, can seem a little scary, but we teach them to have a respect for the animals. And even like Obi, he's an animal that we've had to work with for a while. So we just want to make sure with our snakes, with any of the animals, that the kids know, okay, just because you see them in here and you can touch them in here doesn't mean you can do it outside. But just to develop a kind of love for the animals and to respect them outside as well.
So you three are all very much involved in the education and the outreach for the zoo, and there's one other person who couldn't be with us today. So you really have 4 people involved in education.
Absolutely.
We do.
And that we didn't have that before, not to this extent.
Right, our department has grown a lot.
We also, through admissions to the zoo, families can participate in programs that, such as Tell Me About It Tuesday, Wild for Reading Wednesdays, and that's something that Jenny just created. Wild for Reading Wednesdays, yes.
Yeah.
So go ahead and explain a little bit about that.
Well, Wild for Reading Wednesdays, again, celebrates literature in young people. So we'll have a different book every week that we'll read in our celebration garden, and hopefully we'll have an animal to celebrate as well with that. So if we read Tortoise and the Hare, we'll have a little box turtle to show. It's something
You
fun.
just made my day.
I love it. I love it. But these programs, Tell Me About Tuesday, Wild for Reading Wednesdays, and Learning Safari Thursdays are all free to the public. So if you come to enjoy the zoo, stop by and see us. We're always wanting to meet new friends and celebrate nature and what we were given to protect. So
You're ambassador.
all we do
three of you
is
are
plant the
ambassadors.
seed. That's all we do.
Yeah. Because you're teaching children to respect animals as well, and also to be aware of what danger might be there. When you talked about the snakes.
Develop an appreciation for their environment, yes.
Yeah, and I love the water conservation. You're amazing. And I just am so thrilled. We have a phone number, and we have a website, and I'll keep it here if you didn't get it. But if you're a parent, grandparent, if you have children you're interested in, find out what is available there. And some of these programs are absolutely free, and what an advantage for our children and for all age groups. You start with 2, 3-year-olds and go right on up.
We do offer docening programs as well for adults. So we even have programs for adults as well. If they want to come and volunteer their time at the zoo, they can help to be ambassadors just like us out in the zoo.
And you do have young people that you let volunteer.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we do.
When they
Starting
reach
at
a
age
certain
14.
age, they can volunteer, and it's a learning experience for them as well.
They help us in our programs that we've been talking about, and we could not do summer camps without our volunteers. Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and they are a huge asset to us, and we really appreciate them taking their time out of their summer that they could go on vacation or hang out with their friends, but to help our community and the young kids that are in it. So
I've gotten so many emails from their parents saying that they've grown over the summer after volunteering for us. So it's really, they see a benefit to our program.
I hope you keep on with these programs and that it just grows and gets bigger and bigger. And I think our friend, he woke up for a little while.
He did wake up.
Very good guess. And thank you all for what you're doing for the environment and for our community and our children especially. This is great. So remember, the Greenville News wants you. I heard all about this in the newspaper, and you participate, if you can, with your family and call them, because they want to know ahead of time if somebody wants to come to these classes that they have a place for each person. Yeah.
Right.
Bless you. Thank you for what
Thank
you're
you.
doing.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
just thrilled. I really am.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Obie.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.